Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Play series here. We just dropped the big news for the Facebook Rate My Base series, and that's on on their official Facebook page for Royal Revolt. So if you want to get entered into the chance to get 1,000 free gems, go to Royal Revolt on Facebook, put your king name down in the comments section, and you have a chance to get selected for the Rate My Base series and featured on their page. Very cool times there. So this is actually episode, I believe, 22. We surprisingly have won a couple gems in our defenses. Our defense isn't that great, but you can see it. It happens. You win some gems, you lose some gems. So our defense is just all arrow towers because they are pretty effective and they can do some good damage to your hero. We'll go ahead and collect all our upgrades and then do some raids to get some money because we have lost a good amount of money. Our throne room is almost complete, so that should be exciting. We'll get to throne room, I believe, level 5. And this is a completely free-to-play account, no money ever spent on it. You'll notice that in the lower levels, it's really easy. You just pretty much need to spam knights. We are going to speed up the audio here on these because these bases, like I said, are pretty easy. There's nothing really to discuss. We're in the 800 trophy range area. We actually won't be able to do that many bases because we don't have that much food. A lot of our farms were upgrading. So this will be a very short episode here. So I may not actually speed the video up since it will be so short. So yes, I think I won't speed it up. So you do want to actually make sure that you hit, on the corners over here. And so that way you can hit the towers that are behind the barricade. And then with your firestorm, you do want to go up and touch multiple different buildings because you can burn several different things. You can see the water tower took about half damage there, and I just slightly touched it with my firestorm. 1 or 2 cannon is perfect for the lower levels. You don't want to have like 5 or 6 cannons because they all shoot the same target, and then that's just a lot of wasted DPS, damage per second. Because they're not very smart. They won't like target a different thing. So they'll all try and shoot this one water tower, and 1 or 2 cannon shots will kill it. See, like there, you see the cannonball shooting, and the tower was already going down. And so when you have multiple towers, that happens a lot. You waste a lot of extra DPS on towers that are already dead or going to die in 1 cannon shot, where they all shoot 5 cannonballs at them. Again, you can touch both of these things, and you can take them down really quickly with a firestorm because they are weak to fire damage. You can see we have 1 cannon and then a whole bunch of knights. Very easy raid right there. A good amount of loot. We got like 45,000 or 50,000, I believe. And then my personal preference, it's always this top right corner chest. That one seems to be, for me, at least my lucky chest where I always get, gold. So if you notice in the videos, I almost always pick the top right chest first. And that's just me kind of being superstitious. So we are actually out of food. And sadly, this guy does have a good amount of loot, good amount of medals. So I do want to fight him. You can see we haven't done any raids in the Gold League tournament, and we're going to probably get dropped down to Silver. I'll actually go ahead and see how much it costs to get food. See, it's fairly expensive. We'll try and see if the Facebook invites work. We've never used it on this account, and it actually does work. So we can get our free food this way. A lot of times the game does crash when you are sending out Facebook food invites. So this is going to be the first time we've ever actually done Facebook food invites. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to work because they had some issues with the 1.3.1 patch, and Facebook food does not work for everyone. It is not included in the Windows versions due to some policy issues with Microsoft and Facebook and mumbo jumbo. So Windows unfortunately do not have it. This feature of Facebook giving food will actually be removed fairly shortly. From what I hear, it's about 2 weeks or so away, and they're going to be adding something different that will allow you to get food or allow you to raid without having to, buy them with gems. So I know a lot of people are sad about the Facebook food feature going away, but you have to, realize it's not fair for the Windows users. They don't have, excuse me. Alright, so sorry about that. So, like I was saying about the Facebook food feature being removed, you have to think about the Windows users that don't have that. It's pretty unfair. And then after the patch, there also was a lot of people that, oh, we lost our guy, that can't have the Facebook food feature even if you're Androids or Apple, users currently. Because if you disconnect from your Facebook account after this patch, the 1.31 patch, there's errors and it doesn't seem to be working anymore. I don't know if they fixed that or what. From the last I heard is they said there was a very difficult process and they can't really fix it, so they're just going to remove it and add something else. Yeah, so unfortunately that big raid went away. We'll just do this one right here and we'll call it quits. We're going to upgrade probably some more of our arrow towers. Might come back on in a little bit since we have all this food now. And so again, that was a free way to get food. You send out invites to your Facebook friends. This base has a pretty good design. It's all DPS focused in this corner right here. So you can see all these arrow towers are just, shooting away. And if they were leveled up a little bit more, it could do a lot of damage and possibly kill the hero. So that's actually not too bad of a corner. And then the other thing you always want to upgrade in the beginning is your spells, your Hammer Strike, and then your Firestorm. And then once you get Sword Rain, you want to unlock that and level that one up a little bit. And then you do want to level up your Knights. The Knights are the one troop that you're going to be using for the majority of the game. You use those all the way up through pretty much Throne Room 9, Throne Room 8. And you can even still use those in like super high level gameplay, but it's a lot more difficult to make them effective. So it's very cool. We got some gloves there. So we haven't purchased any items in this account. It's a waste right now to purchase items because you out-level them really, really quick. So you can see the granny shop is right here. All these things are fairly expensive. You can buy some stuff with gold. but most of the time it comes down with pearls and gems. So those things are just way too expensive, and it also costs gems to search. So you really want to save your gems for, you know, hero packages, special packages. Like I said, I went all arrow towers, a few barricades. Those things are very cheap. They're pretty effective when you level them up. The only downside to this is that everything is very weak to fire. Like I said, you constantly want to be upgrading your waves. Those are very, very quick upgrades, the first couple ones, and they make a huge difference. You can see we're going to gain, I believe, 2 points there, or 3 points. And you can see these ones have 13. And you always want to have them, you know, as full as possible. The more troops that you have defending your castle, the better. Most of your actual defense in the beginning of the game comes from your waves. Your waves are extremely powerful once you level them up. And like I said, the first couple levels are very, very cheap. You can see that one is level 5, and this one is level 1. So in 4 levels, you gain an additional 9 leadership or morale points. So definitely upgrade your waves. And those guys, like I said, are very cheap and quick to upgrade. Well, that's going to do it for this episode here. We are probably going to drop out of the Gold League, which is okay. And thanks for watching. Like I said, I'll put the Facebook link down below so you guys can get entered into the Rate My Base series and possibly win 1,000 free gems.